So this is a reenactment based on a true story. So my professor at my previous institution is explaining the assignment, and he states that it is an assignment going towards our portfolio at the end of the semester, and we basically are doing a assignment today trying to fulfill one of those required pieces that we'll need to fill in that portfolio, which were basically something that you kind of weren't familiar with. It could have been a poem, it could have obviously what I did, it could have been a visual, it could have been a piece of art, anything like that. Your comfort zone is your safe space. I think I could speak for many when I say anything out of it for you is considered the danger zone. Very few people get them out of it themselves, but when we are forced to do so, sometimes the ending is something you wouldn't expect. So here I'm reenacting a moment my sophomore year in my creative writing class. We had an assignment to get out of our comfort zone, which is one of my worst fears, still to this day tends to be one of my worst fears. And so she put a bunch of items in the middle of the table, and here I am reenacting that moment when I kind of found the one thing I wanted to use, and I don't quite remember what it was, but this is kind of reenactment of how I felt, and it was a very intimidating experience. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, but that was this moment. This is something I struggle with to this day. No matter how hard I'm thinking, I can't seem to get past this block. Even if I know what I want to say, I can't get the words out. Especially in an intimidating moment like this, it could be one of the hardest things that you really have to go through. So going through this experience, I ultimately realized that this is my brain being stuck in my comfort zone. And so this is a problem I've had for a while now, and it still tends to be like I stated before, but it's kind of something you have to get through, and it's not necessarily something you'll conquer all in one step. It's kind of something you have to work towards, getting your brain out of that comfort zone and that safe spot that you feel like you need to stay in for a specific reason, in order to kind of protect yourself without you really knowing. It's kind of like in the back of your head, you want to protect yourself. So this is when I realized that, and it's finally when you knock those walls down, you actually can get to the deeper rooted thoughts, and nothing can stop you at that point. So this is me doing a little reenactment of the moment. I've had quite a few moments like this, just the whole public speaking thing. It's definitely not something I love doing. I have a fear of it, and it's definitely out of my comfort zone. So not only was I writing out of my comfort zone and kind of thinking out of my comfort zone, but I was speaking out of my comfort zone. It's not something I tend to do, and it's not, I mean, even if I know the answer a lot of the time, I won't raise my hand because it's just kind of been a fear of mine for a very long time. So that's something that I also conquered during this whole scenario, and this is me kind of reenacting, and you could even see the look on my face, the way I felt. Step outside your comfort zone and experience something to which you're not accustomed. So this is a little reenactment of something that actually happened. After I conquered this fear, I actually started to fall in love with poetry, and I had a whole notebook full of it. This isn't the exact notebook, but this reenactment. Consider all of your moments that led up to this point of knocking down your walls and stepping out of your comfort zone as a powerful suggestion to get you through your next obstacle. And let that motivate you to keep pushing yourself when moving forward.